Based off the buildings and the cobble street behind me, you would probably imagine we're in the middle of Europe somewhere right now. However, that's not the case. This is Macau. It used to be formerly a Portuguese colony, but today it is a special administrative state of the People's Republic of China.
Macau is an extremely interesting country. It's very different and unique to any other place that we have been to here in Asia. And we're going to tell you a lot more about that in this video. But we're starting off our day at one of the most iconic locations in the country, and that's this landmark right behind me. It's the ruins of St. Paul. The ruins of St. Paul's are the remains of the 17th century complex, originally the Church of St. Paul and the St. Paul's College. The site is Macau's most famous landmark, symbolising the city's unique blend of Portuguese and Chinese cultures. The striking stone facade is all that remains of the church, featuring the intricate carvings and statues that tell the story of Christianity's arrival in the East.
It is honestly beautiful, and standing up at the top of these steps you can see right out over Macau as well. Macau is also known as the Las Vegas of Asia, and it's got lots and lots of casinos. It's a big place for gaming and gambling, and this unique building you can see right here is the Grand Lisboa. It is a mega big casino right here in the centre of Macau, and it's also Macau's tallest building. A very unique piece of architecture. It's really modern and fresh looking, which is quite kind of strange in the mix of all these kind of old European looking ruins, and then you've got a lot of apartment blocks and buildings that are very kind of Hong Kong style.
And just look at this little alleyway that we're walking through at the moment. It is literally so beautiful, so picturesque. There's flower pots the whole way up the middle. There's loads of people around getting photos. You can't really see them, but over here there's loads. There's a staircase up at the top. There's loads of people queuing to get photos there as well. But it's honestly so beautiful. I feel like if I wanted to, I could spend the entire day just getting pictures.
And right in front of the ruins we've got this full pedestrian street that is quite a touristy kind of destination. And no surprise there, right in front of the most popular landmark in the whole country. And here there's lots of street food, snacks, souvenirs and different things. But in Macau, the food, the snacks and the cuisine is meant to be pretty unique. So we're looking forward to trying that out throughout the day. And we're only actually here in the country for 24 hours. It's a short visit because it is a small country. It's right down at the very south of China, opposite over the water from Hong Kong. And to be honest, from all the research we've done online before coming, we believe 24 hours is actually going to be plenty of time to see everything here.
And this right here is the Senado Square, which is located right in the heart of Macau, and it's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And as you can probably see from the buildings around me, there is a huge European and Portuguese architecture style. Some of the buildings are like pastel colours. We've got a lovely pale pink behind me, and we've got a bright blue over here in the corner. And underneath me, there's these beautiful wavy like mosaic tiles, and it really is just so fantastic to walk around. But as much as we love checking out all of these touristy areas, we do want to get stuck into more of the local life and go and get lost in the streets.
It's quite an unusual feeling walking around here because it's a beautiful mix of like Hong Kong, mainland China and slightly European cities. It's really kind of cute, but in quite an industrial, big built up way. Loads of wee like fairy lights and stuff going down a lot of the streets here, lots of cute wee alleyways, lots of wee steps and stuff, bits of graffiti and art on the walls, lovely murals, paintings. The signs are really all aesthetically pleasing as well. And I really like it here so far. So as I said at the start of the video, Macau was formerly a Portuguese colony right up until 1999, so only in recent years. And since then it's become a special administrative region of the People's Republic of China. So it's technically still under Chinese jurisdiction. However, the country has its own flag, it has its own currency, and it has its own legal and justice system. So there's a lot of independence there, even though it is still under Chinese jurisdiction. It's in the same boat and bracket as Hong Kong, which is the other special administrative state of the People's Republic of China. That is such a mouthful to remember. There only is two of them, Macau and Hong Kong. So they're both very unique for that reason. So we're currently walking pretty much right underneath the Grand Lisboa, which is the big casino building that I pointed to you earlier on, closer to the start of the video. And honestly, that is an impressive building. That is nuts. And I believe there's over 50 casinos in Macau alone. They are literally all over the country. And because of the gaming and the gambling and all the casinos, Macau is actually the 5th richest country in the entire world. So even though it is tiny in size, it's got a strong standing point.
This is crazy. So right behind me here, you can see a big casino entrance, which is, I think, the older casino. So basically, this casino was opened in 2007, and then a year later, in 2008, this big hotel. So it's a continuation of the casino as well, I believe. But the hotel was then built the following year after the casino. I'm gonna guess that first year the casino was very successful, but honestly, looking up at the hotel itself, I'm dizzy and I'm on the ground looking up at it. Look. We were also able to go inside the hotel and walk around the lobby area. We weren't allowed to film, there was no cameras allowed, but it was very grand, and there were so many jewellery shops the whole way along, loads of very expensive items. So I was saying to Owen, I bet you people come out with all their big winnings from their gambling, and then they go and treat themselves to a big gold ring or a big diamond necklace or something fancy.
Something we didn't expect to see is that a lot of the signs are actually in Portuguese here. Now that's normally around some of the tourist attractions, some of the more kind of historic areas, but we really didn't think that was going to be the case. Cantonese and Mandarin are the main languages that are spoke here, and all of the other signage is in that language, but there's also quite a bit of English. And even when we're walking around, we're listening to people, and when we've communicated with people going to like the shop to buy water, and we might have got an ice cream there as well, English seems to be really, really well spoken here, which was a bit of a shock to us as well. We did not expect that.
And our day has taken a slight turn. Out of absolutely nowhere, it started downpouring. So thankfully we're underneath a little bit of a roof here, but hopefully it's just going to get it out of its system. Oh, I lost my roof there for a minute. It's gonna downpour for a wee minute, get it out of its system, and then we can continue on with our day.
Thankfully the blue skies have come back out again. The rain has stopped, but that was crazy heavy for like maybe 20 or 30 minutes there. And to be honest with you, I was getting slightly worried. This is always a thing and an issue we have whenever we go somewhere for such a short amount of time. If something happens, like the weather turns crap and it rains really heavy, there's nothing really you can do. You come to these places with an itinerary, you come with like a list of things you want to see, places you want to go to, things you want to do, and then the weather can just completely jeopardize everything. So I feel like we have got pretty lucky at the minute. I checked the weather up and it's given a wee bit of rain later on again, but at the moment the skies are clear, so fingers crossed it stays like that for the rest of the day. Now, as we said, we're only here in Macau for 24 hours, and unfortunately the SIM card we bought from mainland China doesn't actually work here. But thanks to Olafly, we were able to buy a single day eSIM and data package for our quick visit, which means we're still connected the whole time we're here in Macau. Now, if we had been more prepared, which we clearly weren't, we could have opted for Olafly's Asia Regional eSIM, which covers 16 destinations including both China and Macau. It's a better option for trips like this. But no worries, because Olafly also offers individual flexible day plans. Olafly covers 213 destinations around the world, and what's even more impressive is that they offer unlimited data to 160 of these destinations. They even have 7 regional plans and a global plan that covers 113 destinations all within one package, which we should probably get. Olafly's eSIMs are super easy to install. Once you have chosen your selected plan and you've completed your purchase, you then have 3 options for installing your eSIM. 1, you can scan the QR code. 2, you can manually install the eSIM, or 3, if you have iOS 17.4 or above, you have the 1 button install option. So stay effortlessly connected on your next trip with Olafly's hassle-free eSIMs. Click the link in the description of this video below so you can explore all of Olafly's different available packages, and you can get the perfect package for your travel needs. So don't miss out, secure your eSIM today so you can enjoy seamless connectivity wherever you go. The first time we went to Hong Kong was nearly a year ago, and I honestly fell in love with the place. There was so much character. It was just super like cool vibe. It was like rustic, a wee bit dirty, a wee bit grubby, but also just like, I don't even know how to describe it. It was just like I had an instant connection with the place. I loved it. But here, I think I actually like slightly more. It's the same vibe as Hong Kong, only it's a lot more kind of modern aspects to it. It's much cleaner than Hong Kong as well. And I think it's just like, I don't know, I don't even know how to describe it, but it still has that really, really cool character about it. Like, it's an absolute wicked place to walk around. All of the buildings, the narrow streets, whoa, people walking around, umbrellas everywhere. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
And something that kind of tops Hong Kong for me as well is that throughout the city there's been a really nice pop of colour everywhere. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a few buildings down here that are pink and purple. When we were at the square this morning, there was all these cool pastel colours, and there's loads of greenery. When Owen was talking about balconies earlier, I've seen so many different balconies with loads of plants and different greenery hanging off it. You can just tell people really like to look after their place and give it a wee homely touch.
Macau is actually attached to mainland China, and it borders Zhuhai, which is a city right in the very, very south of the country. And a lot of people actually come here on a day trip from Zhuhai. People also come from a day trip from Hong Kong as well, because it's super accessible. There is a massive bridge that is 55k long connecting Zhuhai, Macau and Hong Kong. So you can literally get a bus over. It takes like, I think 45 minutes, I believe, on the bus. Or you can cross the land border into Zhuhai, which you can literally walk across, and it only takes like half an hour. We done the land border walking across this morning. So it is super, super easy and accessible. We are also super lucky that we can come to Macau on an Irish passport for, I believe, 3 months visa free. We're in a very, very fortunate position. And even though Macau does have its own currency, they also widely accept the Hong Kong dollar here. So it's really handy if you are coming from the day. You don't even need to exchange money. You can just use your Hong Kong dollar. However, if you're coming from mainland China, I don't believe they accept the yuan. So we had to change all of our Chinese yuan before actually coming here in order to spend it. And things here are definitely more expensive than mainland China. They are more along the lines of Hong Kong prices. Things are priced in dollars in a lot of the shops that we have been in so far. That's Hong Kong dollars. And things are like maybe double or triple the price compared to mainland China. We just bought a bottle of Coca-Cola, for example. Over on the mainland, we were paying in around 3.5 yuan for like a standard size bottle of Coke, about 35-40 pence sterling. Here, it's about 7.50 or 8 yuan in like a cheaper store. So it's literally double the price. We did go into like a 7-Eleven earlier and it was 1.50, so it was like 3 times the price. And that's just for like general things that you're picking up on the go. Water, snacks, things like that seem to be the same. But a big thing to do in Macau is to go to like a fine dining restaurant, to go out for like a lovely fancy meal. I think we're going to skip on that one. We're going to try some of the more local cuisine instead though. Because Macau was previously a Portuguese colony, that's had a big influence on a lot of the food here. And that means that Portuguese egg tarts are really, really common and popular. I believe they actually call the cuisine Macauanese here. And it's like a blend and an infusion of kind of Chinese, Asian inspired dishes with a bit of European Portuguese style dishes. But egg tarts are a tasty wee snack to pick up on the go. So of course when we're here, couldn't miss my opportunity to pick one up and have a wee snack. Oh wow! Light, fluffy, a lovely wee thin crispy pastry on the outside. Slightly sweet as well, and some sesame seeds on top. Woo!
So Macau is actually broke up into 2 different areas. You've got the mainland section, which is actually attached to mainland China, which we were on earlier today. And now we are going over to a part that almost looks like it's a separate island, but it is attached by a little bridge. But we are currently down in an LRT station, and we are going to get the LRT over to there because there's loads more to explore. There's like a full strip. It's like, that's where the Las Vegas of Asia name comes from. There's an area over there that looks very, very cool. And there's a couple of different wee food areas and things to check out as well. So I'm looking forward to that.
We've just hopped off the LRT and we are in Taipa Old Town at the moment. And straight away when we got off, I could tell why this is known as like the Vegas of Asia. And as you can see from behind me, there is loads of big, like really brightly colored casinos and hotel. Like this one, the Galaxy behind me, is like solid golden color and just reflecting the light. We could see over this side one of the biggest casinos in all of Macau. And then what we could also see, they have like their own replica version of the Eiffel Tower. So very close to what Vegas has as well. But instead of going to the strip area now, we're actually going to go to this Taipa Old Town. It's like a wee village area. And we're going to try to pick up some of the local cuisine.
Now, when we say local cuisine, it's probably not what you're thinking about, but we weren't walking for too long before we found the one thing that we were dying to try, and that is a pork chop bun, which is a signature dish here in Macau. I don't know why, but I love it. And it literally is just a massive big, ooh, let me open it up, a big pork chop in the middle of this really nice soft bun. And I think there's a little bit of butter in there as well. She made it up fresh for us and she even toasted the bun. So, a pork chop bun. We still have bone in the pork chop.
Oh wow, interesting.
Okay.
Didn't expect that.
But the bone's over here. I got a good bit of the pork chop there. Oh my god. I personally love pork chop, and that is cooked fantastically. The juice that comes out of a pork chop has just like been absorbed by the bun, and it is so flavoursome.
You know what it is? It's always the simple, the basic dishes that are always the best in my opinion. Like you don't need to like overdo things. Keep it bog standard, keep it simple. And it's such a tasty treat, you can't go wrong. We actually got it from this lady right behind us who's tossing up loads of different like hot pots and different things. But we knew exactly what we wanted. Whoa.
Yeah.
That's very good.
Now that we've had our first very tasty snack of the evening, it's time to go and explore what else we can find. And this right behind me is the Taipa village, and it looks like there's a lot going on down there. Trying some goodies. Beef jerky or pork jerky. No, a mixture. First free sample of the evening. We love areas like this for all the tasty free snacks that we can pick up along the way. But I must say, the first time that we came to China, we fell in love with pork jerky. We got it in so many places. We haven't seen it as much this time around, but we have come to Macau. We've got ourselves some pork jerky. So the Taipa village area was much smaller than what we were expecting. It was literally just like one little road up, and it was definitely a lot more touristy. There was loads of like the souvenir shops, the beef jerky, the egg tart places, and there was of course more people selling like the pork chop buns. But honestly, you don't need very much time to cover this entire area. So now we're gonna head over to the Cotai strip, I think it's called. That's where like the Eiffel Tower is and different things. So shouldn't be too far away. So we're gonna head that way now.
Wow, I totally get why this place is nicknamed the Vegas of Asia. Just look around us here. How wild is that? Over here we can see like the Eiffel Tower statue. Over here we've got like a replica of Big Ben, which I didn't know was here. It is bonkers just looking out here.
When we were coming over on the metro, I was like definitely like, okay, I see why. But now that it's got dark and the lights have all come on, wow, like it was so satisfying just watching all of the lights turn on as it got dark. But
it's
insane.
Wicked. We have never been to Vegas. We've never even been to America at all, like anywhere in America or the States. So like for us to give like a comparison, like it's not fair because we don't actually know what Vegas is like.
We don't have anything to compare it to.
We don't have anything to compare it to, but this is exactly what I would imagine it's like. Yeah. Maybe on a slightly like glamour version, I could imagine, but holy days.
And the size of these hotels.
Like absolutely massive. Unnecessary, I would imagine. But
unnecessarily big. though it looks like we have moved to the middle of Italy, we actually haven't. We're inside the Venetian Casino, which is the largest casino in Macau and the world. This is literally the biggest casino in the entire world, and it's the biggest single standing hotel in all of Asia. Now, we have just walked through the ground floor of the casino, and oh my days, I've never been in a casino before, but that was one way to set off expectations. That was incredible. But we couldn't take you with us because it is a casino after all. But we've now come out to the shopping area, which is this beautiful space behind us. But oh my goodness, like, casinos are out of this world. I definitely am not someone that wants to get into all the gambling and everything like that, but this is an environment like nothing else.
As you can probably tell already, this is not a cheap shopping centre. All of the stores here are high-end. I mean, like, high-end beyond high-end. And it makes complete sense with this being an absolute mega casino. Like, people are winning big bucks downstairs. I'm sure there's plenty of people losing it too, but if you're winning big bucks, you're going to come upstairs, you're probably going to spend a bit of money, quite a bit of money at that. So of course they're all big luxury high-end stores, but it's just fascinating for us to see because this lifestyle is so far away from what we know, anything we've ever seen. Downstairs when we were on the main casino floor, I think it's called the Grand Hall, the area we were in, we were walking around looking at all the tables, looking at all like the blackjack tables and stuff, and like lots of the wee screens had like the minimum and maximum buy-in. Minimum was like 2,000 Hong Kong dollars, maximum was like 200,000 Hong Kong dollars, which is like big bucks, and that was just like out in the open, never mind like the private rooms for like the really high ballers that we obviously can't go in and see. But this has been an experience to walk through here. But we want to see the rest of the street, so I think we're going to head outside again.
In one day, it feels like we have been from China to Portugal to Italy to London and now to Paris.
I'm actually pretty sure that the Eiffel Tower here is literally just like a monument in front of this massive hotel and casino, yet another hotel and casino. They all are just like beyond huge in size. Honestly, I'm just shocked at the whole place. I didn't know what to expect coming here today. After everything I read online that I'd heard about it, this like stamp of the Las Vegas of Asia, you know, I really didn't know what to expect. But we have had an absolute blast today. What a spot. Before coming here, a few people told us not to bother, that like we wouldn't be interested, there's not too much to do. And I kind of understand that in a sense. One day is enough. As I said, we're here for one day, 24 hours, and I feel like we've seen pretty much everything that for a tourist there is to see, especially if you're not coming to gamble, if you're not coming to game and just want to have a wee look around. You know, one day is plenty. If you're coming to gamble, it's maybe a different story. You might want to go check out a different video. This one mightn't have been for you. But we really hope that no matter whether you stuck to the end or not, you did enjoy this one. We would love it if you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the like button down there if you did enjoy it. And hopefully you'll join us for our next video in Hong Kong.